Alright, hello, maple folks, gardening folks, tree folks, people with nothing better to do than to listen to this guy ramble, folks. I'm going to talk about, I set my trees here, I'm going to talk about, as River goes by, that's my baby, she's the best thing here in the video, but I'm going to talk about Mr. Maple Open House and what I picked up. I'm not going to show everything, because some of the things I bought were for other people. A couple of friends asked me to pick up some stuff, and a couple of them I don't need to show. I mean, they're nothing fancy, but I want to brag on some of these, and some of them are kind of cool. So, but if you can ever make it to a Mr. Maple Open House, you're going to be able to find great trees, and you get to pick them out, and you get to pick up the pots and look at them and all that stuff, and hopefully the waterfall's not too loud here. I was trying to get out of the sun just a little bit, but that didn't work. But you can get some really cool trees when you go to the open house. Now, I get cool trees ordering online too, so don't think you have to go into an open house to get good ones for Mr. Maple. But it's great if you're close enough, or if you can make a trip to one of them, to get out here and visit and talk to people and see what's going on. So the first one I'll show you, my wife is, she will look at every single tree and ask if I need it, and the answer is usually no, but that doesn't mean that I don't buy it. And she's very good at finding one. I didn't see any more of these there. I'm sure there were, but this is Baby Ghost. And again, they're all out of leaf right now, so they're not they don't look their best, right? A nice little structure. I think this one's got two branches right here. I think this one is definitely young enough that I can bend it with a little bit of bonsai wire for a little bit of time and make a really cool structure out of that. So there's Baby Ghost. See if I can find some. I don't want to put them and then knock them over here. River will come running down through here. I got a couple of those, but the one next to me right now is still one of my favorite Makawa variants, and it's still got some leaves showing. I didn't get this one at the open house, but I bought this one online and I picked it up yesterday. This one is Pink Princess, geez Louise, Japanese Princess. What am I saying here? And it's still looking really cool. And this is this was on one of the 10 and 10s recently, and they lasted a good while. And this one was one of the large ones for 55 versus 50. I don't know what the difference would have been, but this is a substantial Japanese print. This is a substantial Makawa if it was in leaf. So, and I haven't really looked at this one. Let's see. I'm seeing some roots there starting to peek out. I mean, this one's probably not recently uppotted, I don't think. So this one's been in there a while. So this is your great deal for $55. I know the Japanese Princess is not as sought after anymore as some of the others, but it's not easy to get. But it also is probably still my favorite of the Makawa variants. And I don't have them all, but even looking at the pictures, I still love Japanese Princess because I've got a larger one. This is a brand new one to Mr. Maple. I guess it's found by Talon Buchholz, and then Mr. Maple named it after their aunt, or in honor of their aunt. This is Agape, and again, nothing major here going on right now. But it's Higashiyama style. It looks beautiful. It'll be beautiful in the spring. Hopefully I'm probably going to keep this one in a pot to watch it closer, because I've had a couple of the Higashiyama styles. My Abigail Rose and my Alpenweiss both reverted, so I'm going to keep this one in a pot to keep a better watch on it. And I was looking here. This is probably a recently grown one because it's brand new, but there's already a root or two kind of creeping out. I can see one back in there kind of trying to start coming out. So nicely developed plants. Let's see. Let's just go with this one. I don't have one of these yet. This is my only purchase that I regretted, but I also love. This is a Red Panda. Red Panda, $150 is a lot of money for me to spend on a little 1 gallon. I've done it before, but not many times. But I really like the structure of this one. It's got a nice curve already, and I'll probably stake that and accentuate that curve in the trunk. But it also, again, when I'm at the nursery, I can pick them up and I can say, do I see roots starting to come out of this pot? And I see quite a bit of root creep here is what I would call it, on this Red Panda. So that one came home with me. And I picked up another for another friend. My wife bought it, and it's a lovely structure too, and had some roots showing. So that's always what I look for if I get the chance to pick trees out. This is small little. This is probably the hardest of the ghosts to find. I've got several of the ghosts. So I didn't have baby ghosts. I got that one. This is Martha's ghost. They had a lot of these at the open house. I mean, I'm not talking a greenhouse full, but more than I would expect on some of these varieties. There were still tons of some of these left by the time we left around 11:30, and we got there at 9. So, yeah. If you can get to an open house, come or go. It's not like I'm over there working. But Martha's ghost. It's a beautiful tree. Again, there's not discounted tags. I had to buy all the fancy ones, so I spent more money. I mean, I'll show you one I spent $30 on that I love, because it was on sale. But Martha's ghost, and look at this. Look what you're looking for again. Look at the roots on this thing. Now, I'm gonna have to protect those because I probably won't repot these until spring, so I can fertilize them and stuff. I don't want to mess with the roots too much, but I'll probably just kind of slip pot this one into a bigger pot just for some protection. I don't want to kill those roots off if it gets a little cold here. So Martha's ghost. 2 more I'll show you. And again, I bought 20 trees, I think 20 or 21. And these are just some of the ones that I'm showing off. And I got a Magic Moon, which to me looks very similar, but I hate to say it, not as good as Purple Curl. Purple Curl is one of my favorites. But this also has that really, really cool leaf and some nice variegation, molting type variegation. But again, a not discounted tree, but for a nice size. I didn't really see too many roots moving on this one, but it looks to be, maybe just a little bit, but it looks to be a nice tree. It's not like they grafted it, a month ago. But this one was $55, so not too bad. Again, if you can get to an open house, you don't have to pay shipping, so that saves a ton of money just there, because it takes a lot of money to ship these things. You pay a lot of money. The last one I'll show you here, and again, I may go down and show you just some of the ones that I have already in a container for folks to take to Indiana to a friend, is, I'm not even going to try to say the name, Hanazu Hagoromo. I did try to say it, and maybe I got somewhat close. We'll just call it Orange Hagoromo. This one, they had so many of these, and I don't understand why. This is a beautiful tree. It's got that Sessilolium type leaf. Kind of different than most maples. Look at this. It's got different type of leaf, and it's supposed to be very orange in the spring into the summer. Some yellow, orange come out a little orange, and then go to more of a yellow, and it still has a nice little bit of yellow. It looks like it's a little bit burnt. But this was $30, and they're on sale online right now. I'm not trying to advertise for Mr. Maple. I mean, I do like the guys, and all the people that work there are great. But this one, if you could get this for $30, I also saw, and I saw some yesterday. I didn't know it was on such a big discount. Sunny was on sale for $30 right now. That's a great tree. I don't have it, but I'll get it. Don't come my way. Not till next year. I won't get it till next year. But I want to show you this one. So I'm picking up, there's tons of these there, and they're nice size. So that's at over 3 foot tall already. Nice little branching off here. And I'm one that likes to see branches down low. One thing I like about the maples is not the branch structure. I love seeing the leaves. So if I can keep some of these down here while they're young, especially, I get to look at more leaves. If it grows up 20 foot tall tree and I got to look up at it, I'd rather be able to see some things down low. That's what tip it over here. Look at the roots, and I've got to protect this one. I may put this one in the ground somewhere, but still time to do that. But tons of roots just creeping out of this pot, and that's amazing for a $30 maple. Even if you had to pay shipping, buy you a couple, and you're gonna have some great trees come spring. So yeah, that's just some of the ones that I picked up. Again, the red panda was expensive, but I love the shape of it. And again, I saw those roots coming out, and I said, okay, now's the time to buy. Now's the time to take the jump. And they're hard to get online. So I was there, it was there. They had some. And I said, let me take one home. But if you can get to an open house, get to an open house. But let me show you what else I bought down here, and pause this. Okay, we're walking past all the maples that have been lined up. I did another video about conifers. I moved on my little ones that I did another video on. I'm starting to move them in just down through here. I got too many trees, guys. But I do love them, so I don't know. That one's still... Some of these, the little ones I threw into the garage when we had her free, so... Here's my marmalade. It's kind of pretty in this fall. And since Sagan was pretty, it's starting to dry up a little bit. Baby lace is gone. My helper, Riv. Say hello. Hi, Dad. I speak for her. She's soft-spoken. Said nobody that had a lab ever. Let's see. I know there's some. I said a couple of them here, or maybe I didn't. I was going to show you some more maples I picked up. Oh, there's some for my buddy Ryan. Again, he sent me a list, and Karen and I looked for them. They had them, and we was able to get him some, and I'll get those up to him. And then one last thing here for maple content. My green Cascade I threw in the garage because it's still in a pot, 10-gallon. And if you're looking for good fall color, any of the Japonicums, and I love green Cascade because I like that divided leaf that it has. But it's massive. I mean, here's my hand, and I have a fairly decent sized hand. You can see how big those leaves are on that. If you have a Japonicum, you know. Look at that one. But look at the color it's getting me. I mean, I had some purples in here the other day. You can kind of see those right in there a little bit. But just the whole thing, it's going to be gone in a couple of days, but just to get a little bit of color out of it, it was worth throwing it in the garage, even though it's heavy. But there we go. More maples and other things. But if you can get to a Mr. Maple open house, get there if you like Japanese maples. Everybody take care.